The activists on the street right now, they feel a kind of helplessness, right? That's how you end up bullying your way into a church. And you've been in that chair. You've been the person who was the activist and felt like lawmakers weren't doing enough. Do you understand their frustration?
This Indian-born woman, she should not be in government. I would never stop saying that. I'll even go as far as say the children of immigrants shouldn't be in government. I would never support that.
So she said,
man, the immigrants should only be allowed to be guests. You should only be allowed to work and live. That's it. No government, no position of power, no nothing.
Yeah,
bro,
that's not gonna happen.
But
man, she said she understood their frustration.
She understood the people who broke into a church.
Man, what is she again? She a congresswoman?
Yeah, California.
Oh well, yeah. Hey,
shouldn't be surprised.
Man, the only man on CNN with some sense,
Mr. Jennings.
Yeah, I've been thinking about a couple of things. One, last summer, if I were sitting in a church right now in Minneapolis and a bunch of people burst in, I'd be on edge because last summer a shooter showed up at a Catholic church in Minneapolis and shot a bunch of kids. 2 died. I think 30 people were injured, 26 were kids. And so the terror in that church, I think, is probably warranted, if for no other reason than we've seen radical violence at a church in the not too distant past. We've also seen, I think, attempts to create violence and mayhem and fear in churches around the country, synagogues and other places. And so I feel like the radical left is somewhat emboldened right now to go up to and now into places of worship. It sounds like the FACE Act is what they're going to use. I've also heard today from some sources that the Ku Klux Klan Act of 1871, they may look at that for bringing charges to Don Lemon and these radical leftists that went into this church. I think if they don't do something to these people who did this, you're going to see it proliferate in churches across the country, and that would be...
That's a fact.
Big problem.
That is a fact.
Yeah, they need to be charged.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, 'cause you can't just do that.
You can't do that.
I mean,
this is America. There's freedom of religion, whether you agree or disagree, and that counts for Christianity too. It doesn't just have to be Muslims or anything else. Christianity too.
That was a great point, because if people ran in on the church where I was at like that, man, and I had my piece on me, I would have been a little afraid. Like, I'm gonna be real. The guy with the F Trump beanie, oh man, they lucky they didn't get shot. Honestly, if security
that
was
went
in
down
there.
at my church personally.
Man,
we have security at my church.
Hey, I'm gonna be real. If they was at a black church, oh, they would have been. Hey man, people would have had them in there tied up. For real, for real. You don't run in no church and disrespect the pastor. That's insane. But hey, man, we got a new black brother on CNN. Apparently he cooking. He a conservative.
Totally disagreed. Because of what a pastor does for a living or what they're involved in politically, gives no one the right. There was a child in that video who was sitting in their father's arms, shaking, confused, trying to figure out what's going on when these people burst into this church. And Lee, what I would say is people have a First Amendment right and the ability to go and protest against ICE. If they don't like ICE, be my guest, go protest. But those people in that church, I would say not but, those people in that church absolutely have a First Amendment right to gather and worship the God of their choosing. And I'll say a point here is it is actually Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., the day that we recognize his contribution to the country today. His mother in 1974 was shot and killed in a church because of political violence, because the KKK wanted to insert their political will over a community. This is remarkably similar to that. I remember my great-grandfather telling me stories about church bombings in the South. Remarkably similar to that. Everyone at this table should have
So the protest is similar to the person getting shot.
Let me finish, please. Everyone at this table,
Right.
please, should have absolutely no issue saying that this was wrong, it was reprehensible behavior, and this is not the appropriate way that we address our grievances in this country.
So which innocent people are and are not allowed to get shot as far as you're concerned?
That's not what I'm talking about. People have a right in this country, regardless of what your political convictions are, to worship freely and safely, and no one should watch a child on camera like what we saw trembling in their father's arms because of your political convictions.
ICE does to children
I'm sorry,
and their families.
Your political convictions do not overstep someone's ability to worship safely and securely.
Well, did I call that into question? Did I call that into question?
I'm sorry, guys.
If
I
you're
respect
talking about
you, but there's no but. There's no but.
There's a little bit of a
stop
different issue because.
Damn.
Yeah, bro. He instantly went to, well, what about that? What about that?
No, that dude actually cooked that dude.
That's insane.
Yeah, I can't believe it it's coming
You can't
down
justify
to
it.
this.
If you justify this one, stay away from me.
Yeah, shout out Tim Parrish. He cooked him. He kept it 100. They tried to deflect and have false equivalencies, and he did at that. I respect him for that.
He said, there's no but. No but here.
Like, how are you taking up for Don Booty Lemon?
Do you believe it was a step too far for protesters to go into a church?
I don't. I think that when they find out that someone that's supposed to be speaking for the community in church is found out to be an ICE, like a federal agent that is running ICE in their communities, they have the right to go in there. Churches have always been an open door. And from my understanding in the videos that I saw, those protesters were not violent in any way.
These people are the same people calling the right divisive because of comments that Trump says, but yet you condone someone running into a church because they don't agree with you. Who is truly divisive? Just being real.
Whole white supremacy.
Yeah, white men are evil, he says. I'm a Christian, he says, but he has a gay white husband.
Cock sucking. That's
Did you really
insane.
tweet that?
Yes.
Cock sucking lemon. Wow.
I said she should be deported.
Hey, Nicki Minaj is a real one, bro.
Wow.
She the best female artist that ever was.
I do not like DL Hughley.
The protest is fundamental to American society. This country started in a protest, and it's freedom of expression. People have a right to lift up their voices and make their peace, and none of us are immune from the voice of the public. So quite honestly, I think that you got the First Amendment, freedom of religion, and the First Amendment, freedom of expression. And I think that, it's just something you gotta live with in a society.
Yeah, but there's right and there's wrong, and these people are wrong, bro, and that's that.
Man, I honestly
And if you
can't
back
believe
it, you
this.
wrong.
Like, I mean, think about, hey,
If
man.
I was in real life with someone and if we were talking about the situation and they agreed with what happened to the people in the church, I literally would not look at you the same anymore.
They got black people online blasting Don Lemon. Like, I mean, it's bad, man. I don't see. You have to be a super extremist.
You have to be.
Super extremist to think that was okay.
To condone that? Come on, bro.
Yeah, something has to be done, man. I mean, hey, Scott made the best point.
act, bro.
Like, it's been people that have been killed in churches.
Yes.
So to run in there, causing commotion in a church, you don't know what nobody was thinking, bro. Like, I would be terrified if you came in my church screaming, running, and run up to the pastor. You just seen that video earlier, the guy walking up to the pastor with the gun.
Yeah, we reacted to that a long time ago.
The bishop got stabbed a couple years ago.
Wasn't it the same dude?
I don't think it was the same dude. No, this is a black guy that they got the gun pointing at up, and it was the famous bishop that got stabbed. Like, that type of stuff is going on. So, I mean, I don't know, man. They should have thought about this. I mean, the black lady talking about they let the doors open. It was an open service.
That's church.
That-
she was the leader of it all. She is a deacon, or what did they say she was? They said she was a reverend.
Yeah.
That's a pastor. You yourself are a pastor. You see,
You know better.
There will be many false prophets, but you will know them by their fruits.
Yeah, guys. I don't know. This is insane. I think at first I was like, I don't know how they're gonna charge him. I don't know how they're gonna get him. But
There's a law for that.
Yeah,
We ain't doing that right
That's
here.
pretty bad. This was bad. I do. Think,
I would love to see him be charged. That would bring joy to my day.
Hey man, he gonna have a good old time in jail too.
Oh, he gonna have fun in there.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that's no betray. It ain't gonna be no white meat, but might be something for him. But we out of here.
If you enjoy my videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you want to create clips like these fast, try Opus Clips. It's smart, simple, and built for creators.